All right. Nobody yet. All right, we'll wait till some people get in here for some actual content. But if you are watching this, that means you've tuned into the first video. My name is Andrew. This channel is going to be called Catch All Media. Here we're just going to talk about Blu-rays, boutique labels specifically, pickups, reviews, just discussion in general, news. I would like to do some reviews of some of these, especially the ones I'm going to talk about today. So expect that in the next couple of weeks, most likely. So we'll get into some of these in just a moment. I would like to know what label you guys are really into right now. I feel like different labels have like their niche thing, and then you have certain labels that are, kind of doing everything. Kino Lorber is a good one that kind of just does everything, and they do a lot of it very well. Mine that I'm really hammering into right now is probably Arrow, which is, that's everybody's favorite, what it seems to be right now. That and Criterion. Criterion's always a favorite. But we'll go ahead and get into some of these. It's probably going to be quite long, so you guys grab a drink, a snack, whatever you need to do, because we're probably going to go into the woods here a little bit. We won't bury the lead. Let's start with Arrow. We'll go ahead and start breaking into some of these. Some of these I picked up over the past couple weeks, is maybe like in store at a used store I have around me, Best Buy, some in the mail, and then actually there was one store that I found that was about 2 hours from my house, which is quite a drive. But you don't ever really find in my area stores that carry boutique labels, and this store had every boutique label. I'm talking about like 75% of the store was just boutique labels: Arrow, Indicator, Screen Factory, BFI, Criterion, Umbrella, Indicator. I don't know if I said that one. Mill Creek. So everything. So we'll go ahead and get into it now. Stop jabbering. These are going to be Arrow, and then we'll go from there, because I have a couple other miscellaneous labels as well, and then some that are just regular labels. So these two came in kind of as a lot on the same day. And the first one's going to be the Gamera Heisei Trilogy Steelbook. So you can see the cover there is really nice. I don't know how the quality is. See if I can adjust the light a little bit. Some of that glare off. All right, so you have them on the front. It's on the back. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never seen any Gamera. This will be my introduction to kaiju. So I saw this, and the set was a good price, cheaper than the set that they put out that has all 4 from the Heisei era. And I wanted to pick this up. So that's the Gamera Steelbook. And the next one is one of my favorite 80s movies. 80s were way past my time, but even as a kid, like growing up in the early 2000s, yes, I am that generation. I got into 80s movies, and this was one of the first ones, and ended up being one of my favorites that I watched multiple times. And that's going to be Weird Science, the Steelbook. I like the original artwork, but I also like the Steelbook, and the Steelbook was a good price. I actually got it cheaper than what the original was selling for. And I wanted to pick up a few Steelbooks. I'm not really a big Steelbook fan. Comes with the booklet in this one. But I did want to add a few to my collection. And Arrow seems like a pretty decent company. I like the artwork that they do, and the spines. Let's see. Can't really see it with that glare. Turn this light off. Kind of see it better. Anyway, typical Steelbook spines, but I do like the artwork that they're using. The next couple of these I actually picked up in the store that I was talking about, and some of them are region B. I just went region free, which is part of the reason that I went, because I just wanted to pick up like region B stuff, region free stuff. I can play on anything, but I really wanted to take advantage of that. So the first one was a Brian De Palma film. I haven't seen this before, but I am a big Brian De Palma fan, and it's called The Fury. So let's see. Having a real problem with that glare. There's the front. And the back you can't really see, but for those of you that are wondering, this is a film with John Cassavetes and Kirk Douglas. It says that it is John Cassavetes gives his most sinister performance since Rosemary's Baby as a man who kidnaps the telepathic son of his colleague, Kirk Douglas, aiming to turn him and similarly gifted individuals into human weapons. And I guess it just kind of plays out from there. But I'm very excited to get into that one. So that's The Fury. This next one is a set that has 2 films in it, both of them by the same name. I believe one came out in the 70s and then one came out 20 years later. This is Graveyard of Honor with Kinji Fukasaku and Takashi Miike directing. The artwork in here is beautiful from the pictures that I've seen. I haven't opened it yet. So let's go ahead and just open it real quick. Let's see. Show you guys some of this artwork. They are selling these in a cardboard set as well as this thicker box. This store in particular that I went to that had all the boutiques actually has quite a bit of out-of-print stuff. They do have an online website, which I might share with you guys at some point. But for now, that's kind of like my secret because I found quite a few things that are out of print. They're actually on the way. So I'll probably show you guys that in an unboxing coming up. But here is the first one. I believe that is the film by Kinji Fukasaku. And then this is the one that Miike directed. Man, I'm having so much trouble with that light. You can kind of see it better there. It's great artwork on both of them. They do have reversible artwork, but if we get into that, we'll be in here for forever. But we might go ahead and do it because this is a live stream. You can skip around whenever you want to. There you go. All right. And honestly, for those of you that are watching this past the live stream, there's no one in here right now anyway. It's just me and you in the future. So we're going to take our time. I would recommend getting something to drink and a snack, though. You might want to pause it and go ahead and do that because we're going to get into it. If I can get this disc out. All right. And there's the reverse cover for the Fukasaku film. I'm excited to get into these. I haven't seen either one of them before. I have been watching Miike. I just finished up Audition a couple weeks ago, which was, if you've seen it, you know. If you haven't, see it. That's all I'll say. And I am going through the Dead or Alive trilogy, which if you haven't seen those, I mean, it's like a dream. It's like a David Lynch movie mixed with, I don't even know how you describe it. David Lynch mixed with Brian De Palma, maybe, like almost. I don't know how to describe it. It's something you have to see. It's not really describable in a factor of like comparing it. It's interesting. You should definitely check it out though. So that was Graveyards of Honor. Now the next one is a blind buy as well, and that's going to be Abel Ferrara's Driller Killer. It's a great cover right there. I don't know anything about this. I know it's supposed to be, from what I heard, way out there. So you see right there, the booklet says this film should be played loud. Disc 1. I believe this is a dual format. So that was the Blu-ray, and then in the back you have the DVD as well. And the reversible artwork on this is pretty wild. It's definitely very exploitative. There's the reverse on there. Great reverse artwork. All right, this Driller Killer. This next one I got at my used store around here, which is very seldom that I'll find a boutique label in my secondhand store, which is called McKay's for any of you that might have one in your state. But I did find maybe actually a couple of these are from there. I think I found maybe 3 or 4 the past couple weeks. But this one is called American Horror Project. This is the first volume. They did put out a limited edition with a box set for this, as well as a second volume, I believe, is all they've put out so far. I don't know anything about these, but I did find this in the standard edition for a pretty good price. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up because I love horror. I love cult horror. My introduction to cult cinema and more of your exploitation really just began in the past year or so. So I've been really deep diving into that just to kind of consume as much of it as possible so I can see everything. So you have Carnival of Blood, The Witch Who Came from the Sea, and The Premonition. And I did reverse the artwork. You guys saw that at the front. That is the reversible artwork. See it? Oh, that's not going to cooperate. Okay. Put the insert back in there. Moving into the next pickup, I will talk a little bit about. I love westerns, so this next one is a western. Just as a spoiler, I haven't seen this one either, but it has Lee Van Cleef, which I love. Lee Van Cleef, he was great in Dave Anger, as well as what's the other one that I have? I don't think I have it on the shelf. Anyway, this one is The Grand Duel. And that is the artwork that Arrow did or put out. And then the reversible inside is the original artwork. It does come with a booklet. I know a lot of these, like if you order these years past their release date, and they might be a re-release even for the standard editions that come with the booklets, you won't get one, years past, especially from retailers like Amazon and things like that. But I have heard really good things about these. My introduction to westerns was really through Serial at Midnight. Heath is great at spotlighting that, and I've been watching his videos for years. So there's the reversible artwork. That guy and Daisuke Beppu and Films at Home, Brian from Just the Discs, like those guys really inspired me to kind of start making videos and get into the community more, because in my personal life, there's not really a lot of people that are as obsessed with movies as I am. So a lot of the times, I'm on Reddit, I'm on YouTube, talking back and forth with people about movies. So I figured, why not just make videos and become even larger part of the community, because I'd like to, converse with you guys. So there is The Grand Duel. This next one is, The Fury was Region B. So if these are Region B, I will let you guys know that, or if they're region free. So The Fury from Brian Palma was Region B. And this next one is Region B as well. Big Trouble in Little China. I had never seen this, which I know is sacrilege. I am a big John Carpenter fan. I've just, my relationship with him has always been Halloween until the past couple of years. Really branching out and watching, The Fog, which is actually, I know this is also not a popular opinion, that is my favorite John Carpenter movie. I love the atmosphere, the soundtrack. It is a little cheesy now in hindsight, but I mean, it's just a classic. It's fantastic. And there's the reversible artwork for that one as well. So that is all the Arrow pickups that I have in this haul. So if that's all you're interested, this is, here's your exit, because I won't put a timestamp, but thanks for watching at this point. If you're only interested in the Arrow, I do have, let's see, Scream Factory. We'll get into Umbrella, Indicator, BFI. I do have, I think, one Studio Canal, a 101 Films pickup as well. So we'll get into that. But the next category we'll go into will be the 2 Scream Factory pickups. And these are some common ones that I know a lot of you probably also picked up lately. Let's see. These I found, one of them was in Best Buy, the other was FYE. I like to try to pick things up in person as much as possible, because it's just that experience of going in and being able to grab it and take it with you is so satisfying. I don't know why, but it's great being able to order things online. It's one of the best things about having technology now, but it's just so nice to go in, grab it physically, and take it with you same day. So the first one is King Kong. And I haven't seen this one either because, like I said, this is also way before my time. And that is the original artwork. And there's the one on the inside. Can't really see it well. I got to figure this glare out for the next video. Sorry about that, guys. But there is the King Kong release. You get the theatrical cut as well as the television cut, both on Blu-ray. I've heard this isn't really amazing, to be honest with you, but with the cover art and the slipcase, as well as the fact that I do enjoy King Kong movies, Godzilla, things like that, I couldn't really pass it up. And I know a lot of the times as collectors, we get so deep in the woods with packaging and, being completionists that we kind of forget about the content, which I am guilty of as well. So this next one is a Cronenberg movie. David Cronenberg movie, which I've been diving really hard into David Cronenberg. My introduction to Cronenberg was Scanners. During the Criterion sale, I should have made a video for that because I picked up probably almost 20 Criterions, which, I am ashamed of, but also I'm happy to have them in the collection. That was my jumping off point with Criterion, really. So this is The Dead Zone with Christopher Walken with fantastic cover art. It's just great. The original cover art's awesome too, but we'll take this off and flip it around real quick. Actually, I already flipped it. So on the inside, there's the original. Imprint also released this recently. And it looked like a great release, but it sold out so quickly that I didn't get a chance to grab it. I would like to start grabbing some Imprint titles, though. I did want to get the Major Dundee release for Imprint as well, but that one I couldn't get my hands on either. So I ordered the Arrow release. But yeah, The Dead Zone. That's going to do it for Scream Factory pickups. The next ones, I'll splice in just some regular pickups in here, and then we'll get into some other miscellaneous boutique pickups. So this is a show that I absolutely love. One thing that I am really into that you probably won't see on this channel just because it's not really the place for it is manga and anime as well. And this was one of the first ones that I really got into, and I've been looking for the special edition set for so long, and I cannot find it. So I just pulled the trigger on the regular release, but that's Cowboy Bebop. Fantastic show. If you guys haven't seen it, or if you're trying to get into anime and you just don't know where to start, or you're, I'll say I was somebody who, when I first started getting into it, I wasn't super into the very, I'll say Eastern anime that's just like, very out there. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys probably know what I'm saying. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all, but it just was, it's very much anime. It's not an introductory at all. It's the heart and soul of anime. So this is a great introductory series. They are doing a live adaptation of this, I believe. Netflix is. I'll reserve comments and judgments until we see that, but I will say I don't have high hopes, to be honest. So I'll shuffle these around so I can get to the others real quick. All right, on that same theme of anime, the Dragon Ball Z Steelbook for Season 7. They're releasing all of these in Steelbook, Season 1 through 9. They are pretty pricey, so I've been trying to just grab the ones that I can at a lower price because I've seen the whole series. It's fantastic, just like everybody knows. It's extremely long, and it does drag on, but you got to love it. I mean, it's the one that I saw as a kid. I think I did see this before Bebop, and it's fantastic. Is it the best anime? No, not at all. But it's great. I mean, it's a classic. Let's see. We'll kind of speed it up a little bit. There's the back of the steelbook as well. So if you guys are interested in anime or manga, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do some content like that. I am going to call this channel Catch All Media because I am into different forms of media. It's not just boutique movies. It's comic books, it's manga. I do watch Japanese pro wrestling. I used to watch WWE as a kid, but the past couple of years I've really gotten back into New Japan. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, just let me know and maybe we can have discussions about it. This is the second set for Ultraman. I do not have Ultra Q, but I would like to get Ultra Q and then work my way through it because I have seen a couple episodes of Ultraman, but I haven't seen any in this set yet. So it comes with a nice, pretty big case. And there's the back. You see some of the monsters. There is no artwork on the inside. Oh yeah, there is. So it comes with a digital copy, which I got this used, so I'm not betting that that's probably in there. But there's the inside artwork, if you can see it, barely. Yeah, I'll fix this for the next one. It's kind of frustrating. But you know what? You get into it and you learn. So we'll put that back in here. It does come with a booklet as well. So it's a small booklet. It's really cool of Mill Creek to be putting these out. I mean, this is another one like Serial Midnight. Like I said, shout out to Heath, really showcasing Ultraman. He's got a whole playlist of every Ultraman release, and then at the very end, lining them all up so you can see the spines. So he does great work. He's really like a great source, and like I said, an inspiration of why I'm making videos. But that was Ultraman Volume 2. And let's get into the last two that are not boutique labels. This is a movie that I haven't seen yet, but I like Willem Dafoe. Robert Pattinson, I don't dislike. You know, I haven't seen anything that I just am very impressed in, but I hear this is what you should see as far as like, you know, his chops, to see his acting chops. So that is The Lighthouse. Switch back over. The glare is awful. All right. The Lighthouse right there. I picked this up at Target. It was, I think, like $7. And the reason that I actually picked this up, I did want to get this, but the reason I picked this up was so I could get the slipcover for Color Out of Space, because I picked up Color Out of Space without the slipcover because it was $5 in the Walmart bin. And then I saw that when I was in Target, they had released with the slipcover, so I just did the old slippity-doo-dah and put it over it. The next one is one of my favorite movies that's come out in the past few years, Knives Out. Fantastic. If you haven't seen it, just go watch it. It's you got to see it. It's fantastic. It's that good. I think this and The Gentleman were, what is this, 2019 or 2020? No, I'm pretty sure it was 2019. Yeah, 2019. The Gentleman and Knives Out were the best movies of 2019, hands down. My favorite for sure. My girlfriend and I went, and we were just, you know, blown away because they were pretty close together releases. So it was like, you know, within a couple weeks of each other, we saw the best movies of the year, which was awesome for us. Let's get into Kino. So I have 3 Kino pickups, and this is actually the start of my Kino Lorber collection because, you know, like I said, I've seen that they have such a wide variety of releases, but I haven't really dived in yet. So that's what I'm going to do in the next couple of months, is really start picking up some Kino. This first one is called Burnt Offerings. From what I've been told, this is fantastic. I don't know a whole lot about it. It says that evil has a new home. Step inside a vacation house of horror in this terrifying thriller that does for summer homes what Jaws did for a dip in the surf. Okay, Karen Black, Oliver Reed, Betty Davis. Riveting haunted house chiller that delivers hidden terrors, mounting creepily as the film builds to a climax of pulverizing fright. So that'll be really interesting to check out. I am excited to watch this. I heard good things about it. Picked it up for a good price at McKay's, so I was really excited to have that. The next one is part of the Mario Bava collection, and that is A Bay of Blood. Very influential in the slasher genre. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's good. It's very good. Kino, one thing I have noticed is they're kind of plain, you know. I do like the fact that they're black and white on the spine because once, you know, I feel like once I get them on a shelf, and I have quite a bit, it'll be very uniform, which is, you know, as part of an OCD collector, that's it's important. Let's see if there was, yeah, there's no, these 2 pickups, there are no reverse artwork. I don't think the other one, there is reverse artwork either. This is a blind buy. So I'm trying to get into movies from the 30s and the 40s, you know, part of that golden age of cinema. I do enjoy noir especially too, so that's been a help as far as getting into that. But this one is called FP1 Doesn't Answer. This is a German film originally, and then there is also a US cut in this release. So disc is just plain as well. FP1 Doesn't Answer. I'll read a short thing, and then we'll just keep rolling. A spectacular German science fiction film in the tradition of Metropolis and Gold, FP1 Doesn't Answer dramatizes the creation of a massive floating airport serving as a way station between 4 continents. So get into that. It looks like a drama, but I'm excited because, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I enjoy. I enjoy just, you know, seeing whether it's good or bad, just really opening my cinema experience, you know, because as a kid, my dad loved movies. So that was really my introduction, was like, first my dad loved movies, and then he, you know, we would watch a movie every week, multiple times. You know, we would go out and get a new release sometimes as a kid. So that was really like how I created my love of cinema, was through bonding with my dad. And now as I get older, it just grows and grows into these different genres. So I get into giallo and slasher movies and noir and these other genre films. So those are the Kino pickups. So we will move into some miscellaneous boutique pickups because these don't all have the same category. And we'll try to wrap this up pretty quickly because I don't want to keep you guys here forever. But starting with this first one, it's a BFI release. This is another blind buy. It's got Oliver Reed in it. It's a Ken Russell film, and what I've been told is that this movie is so exploitative and controversial and kind of taboo that it's been blackballed by Warner Brothers, who owns the rights to it, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but that is what I know about this film, and that it's just so out there that it does not have a Region A release. You cannot get this in the States at all. So this is a Region B release from BFI of The Devils. It looks like I don't know if it's a killer nun movie, but it's definitely got some NSFW nun material in it, if you know what I'm saying. We'll keep it nice and PG with that. But if any of you guys have seen this, leave a comment down below. I'd love to discuss it with you. It comes with a nice booklet, The Devils. This is a DVD release. They don't have a Blu-ray release. And apparently, like I said, this is the only release that you can buy. So if you guys know of another release that might be Blu-ray, let me know. Let's see, 2 disc. You guys probably don't care about the discs, but I'll show you. There we go. Because this collector's, for some weird reason, I don't know what it is, half of this is the packaging. You know what I mean? Which it shouldn't be, but it is. I mean, let's just be honest, it is. That's why we pay the premium. That's why people buy Vinegar Syndrome, things like that. Or maybe you just love Vinegar Syndrome. I won't speculate. The next one is a classic that is an out-of-print Criterion release. I've tried to get my hands on it, and you just can't. And that is The Third Man. This is from Studio Canal. This is Region B, just as the last one was. Region 2, I believe, for DVDs. It's got Joseph Cotton in it and Orson Welles. It is apparently like a classic noir, one of the best British noir films ever made. So I'm really excited to check this out from Studio Canal. I'm going to open this real quick, and we'll see whether or not it has reversible artwork or anything inside. Because a lot of these, like I just got back from the store that I bought these in, so I haven't opened a lot of them. We'll get that in a minute. So there's the front again. No, just plain on the inside. So The Third Man right there. And then the back is just very plain as well. So yeah, The Third Man from Studio Canal. And the next one is actually I have, let's see. These next 2 are both from the same one. So they're both from Umbrella Entertainment, which is an Australian distributor. A lot of these are region free. I believe almost all of them are. They do have some strictly Region B locked releases. But this first one is a Region B as well. So this one, but even saying that, some of them, from what I know, they say Region B, but they still play on a Region A player. I haven't tested this one because I haven't watched it yet. But, you just kind of take your chance if you'd like to. I don't know. I don't want to advocate and then you get it and, it doesn't play on your player. So just know that I do not endorse randomly buying Region B releases. But anyway, this is Day of the Dead from George A. Romero. Classic. I love this release. It's beautiful. So you can see it at the front right there. It does come with the Blu-ray and a bonus DVD. So this is the Ultimate Edition put out by Umbrella Entertainment. There's disc 1. And that is the artwork on the reversible sleeve on the bonus disc there. So there is the reversible artwork. It's fantastic. I probably will end up reversing this at some point. Does anybody else keep one artwork for a while and then maybe you walk by your shelf and you're looking through your shelf and then you just reverse it because it's been a while? Maybe not. Maybe I'm weird, but I do that. I'll go over and I'll be like, oh man, all these look great. Like with Arrow, except for the Westerns. I usually keep the Arrow art on the outside. but I'll walk by sometimes and I might just flip it around just for shits and gigs. So that's Day of the Dead. Excited to get into that. I do have another thing coming that ties into that, which we'll see probably in a couple days on an unboxing. But this next one was something I stumbled through, Serial at Midnight again. As you can see, that's like a very big. I watch Serial at Midnight all the time. I'm constantly watching, videos about pickups and Blu-rays and different things because I'm a big old nerd. So these are two documentaries that I have not seen. The first one is called Electric Boogaloo, and the second one is called Machete Maidens Unleashed. So I'll go ahead and open this. And you didn't see the price on the other one, but these were great prices on the in-store. I was pretty surprised. This was $13.99, and this one is region free, so you don't even have to worry about whether or not it'll play because it's region free. So if I can get this open without wasting about 2 minutes, we'll look on the inside here. Ooh, maybe assistance. And there it is. Good thing this is a live stream, right? It's more susceptible to mistakes because it's like, oh, it's live. It did, we can't go back and fix it. You guys are probably like, this is this dude's first video and he's being so weird. This is what it's gonna be like. So if you're coming along, come along. There's the front again. And it is 2 on 1 disc, and there is reversible artwork. So there is the inside of that. And the reversible artwork looks wild. Okay, so for Machete Maidens Unleashed, that is a fantastic artwork right there. And then for that, it's just kind of, what I guess would be a VHS tape with the region sticker on it. So this one is about Canon Films, which is the Electric Boogaloo documentary, and the other one is about Filipino exploitation. So that would be the Machete Maidens Unleashed. I'm really excited to look at to get into these. If you guys haven't seen the other fantastic documentary that Umbrella has put out, which I have misplaced somewhere because I wanted to reference it. Oh, see, this is why you shouldn't plan things out, because you start planning things out and then you misplace what you were doing, and it makes you look stupid, like right now. Anyway, it's not quite Hollywood. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. I just spoiled the lead there. Not quite Hollywood. This documentary is awesome. My first foray into like movie or cult documentaries is In Search of Darkness 1 and 2, which if you haven't seen those, they're amazing. They're both about 4 hours long, which I love. Some people might hate sitting through that much, but I can put it on and just go. And this one references a lot of the releases that Umbrella has put out, especially the exploitation releases. They talk about, Patrick and was it Barry McKenzie? I haven't seen that. Haven't picked that up either. Razorback, Road Games, stuff like that. So I will be picking up more Umbrella. And those were the two from Umbrella. So now we'll get into the only other one that has the same label. So we'll just go ahead and do that. These two are the latest pickups from Vestron. So this is the Wraith, which released last week or 2 weeks ago. These releases are they're bare, but the artwork is fantastic, and they come out at a good price. I mean, I believe the Wraith was $12 or $11. So the inside artwork is just the same. And then the disc is the same as well with the digital copy. So you get the Blu-ray and the digital. And this one I have not seen. Everybody, said it was fantastic. That's one of the reasons that I picked it up. But it's got Charlie Sheen and Nick Cassavetes in it. So I'll definitely check it out. I love 80s movies, even if they're kind of shitty. So that's the Wraith. And the next one you probably guessed, since I said the latest two, that is Sundown. This I had never heard of, but then I watched a review for it and it sold me. So I picked it up, and that artwork is just fantastic. And anything with Bruce Campbell in it, I'll watch it. I love Bruce Campbell. Funny side note, my introduction to Bruce Campbell was not The Evil Dead or anything close to it. It was Burn Notice as a kid, which you guys are like, Burn Notice, but yes, Burn Notice. That was my introduction to Bruce Campbell. And now, growing up and watching him in other things, I was like, oh, that is not the Bruce Campbell I know, but I love it. He's fantastic. So that is Sundown. And these Vestron releases do have numbers on the spine. The Wraith was number 20 and Sundown was 21. I would like to get into collecting the rest of these, but a lot of the early releases like Blood Diner, I would love to have Blood Diner because I've never seen it and I've heard about it and it looks awesome. But it's like $40 on the secondhand market because people bought it and now it's out of print. So I'll probably track some of those down at some point, but not anytime soon because I have just so many other things I'm focusing on. So these next couple are all blind buys that I saw in the store, I read the back and it looked just wild, so I picked it up. And this first one especially, this is called Spookies. I know Vinegar Syndrome put out a standard edition and also a limited edition release of this. I did see that, but this is what 101 Films put out, and this is Region B as well. So this one is Region B. And this apparently is just an insane movie. The story behind it is absolutely crazy. If you don't know, this movie was about 3/4 the way finished, and then it had a second director come in and finish the movie for reasons that I can't remember off the top of my head. If I'm wrong, you guys will tell me, but I believe he came in and just took over for whatever reasons. And he had a woman that he was involved with at the time who worked in the adult industry, and she was trying to get into directing, and he thought it was a good idea to just let her direct the movie. So she finished the movie, and this is a completely new cast from the first part of the movie, new director, new direction, and everything. So it's two movies mashed together, and that is the inside artwork. So let's see what was the two artworks together. And now we'll break it open. It comes with 2 discs. I believe there is a documentary in here as well. So it says 101 Films presents cult 80s horror Spookies. Released on Blu-ray for the first time in the UK, produced by Michael Lee, founder of legendary video distributor Vipco. The film's tumultuous production history saw original co-writers and directors brought on board to shoot new scenes and re-edit the existing footage. There's a big introduction, but I'm not going to read everything for you. But the special features, I know that there is Disc 2, Twisted Tale, The Unmaking of Spookies, a feature-length making of documentary, including a commentary track with documentary co-directors Michael Gingold and Glenn Baisley, and extensive deleted scenes. And Vipco, The Untold Story, a brand new extended version of the feature-length documentary on much-loved UK film distributor Vipco. So I'm really excited to get into this. I mean, it looks probably like it's awful. But you know what? Sometimes it's awful and it's great at the same time. And that's what this looks like. So that's Spookies from 101 Films. And like I said, if you're Region A only and this looks interesting to you, Vinegar Syndrome did put out 2 different releases. And Vinegar Syndrome, so they're both expensive, but worth checking out for sure. Spookies. This next one is apparently a Mexican exploitation movie. I believe it was made in the 80s. Let's see. Yeah, 1989. And this is my first Vinegar Syndrome pickup. I bought this because it looked like the most interesting thing that I saw because I wanted a Vinegar Syndrome title. I wanted to kind of dip my toes in and see. I've heard that most of the movies are crap, and they know that they're crap, and they tell you that they're crap, and they give you great packaging, and they restore them well, and they give you features, and that's kind of their thing. And that's cool. Like that has a place in the market as well. And they do very well. They're exploding. So this one is called Grave Robbers. And that is, I wish this glare wasn't here because this cover is wild. Man, I wish you could see it. It's insane. Which I know that's like, oh, cool. I wish we could see it too. Great. But there is the reversible artwork on the inside there. I don't know anything about this. Nothing. The guy in the store, in this store was kind of, it was a smaller niche store. So these people all were very much collectors, just like we are. So he kind of helped me out with a few titles. But it says, in the early Spanish colonial age, the leader of a satanic sect was condemned to eternal damnation by a priest and was left to rot with an axe forever embedded in his chest. Now in modern day, a group of teenage treasure-seeking grave robbers accidentally uncover his hidden tomb, dislodging the axe in the process. So that sounds absolutely wild, which sounds like a good time. And the guy did tell me, side note, this has nothing to do with the movie, that grave robbing in Mexico apparently is just kind of like an accepted tradition for teenagers. If you're watching this and you're like, nah, let me know. Or if you're like, yeah, for sure, let me know. This next one is my first Indicator title. I do want to get into Indicator. A lot of their stuff is very expensive, especially the box sets, but they're beautiful. But this one I found, and it looked awesome. It's a thriller. It's called Bunny Lake is Missing. And this one is region free. So that last one was region, the Vinegar Syndrome was obviously region A, but this one is region free from Indicator. And this is a thriller from the 60s. So it says it has a 4K restoration from the original negative, and audio commentary, original mono audio, and things like that. And on the back here, this is interesting. It says, no one admitted while the clock is ticking, which you guys, if you watch a lot of Alfred Hitchcock, you know that, that was kind of his thing that was definitely his thing for Psycho. But this movie, I believe, was put out before Psycho. So that's really interesting. 1965 is when this was put out. Don't quote me, but I'm almost positive that Psycho was put out after this movie. So this guy, Otto Preminger, put this out. And what I know about this is that a woman and her daughter are somewhere in Europe. I think it's England, if I remember correctly from reading the synopsis. And the daughter goes missing, and then everyone just tells her she doesn't have a daughter. Wild. She doesn't have a daughter. Never had a daughter. And that's the premise of the movie, and it kind of goes from there. And I'll check that out for sure because, I've been watching a lot of Hitchcock lately. Notorious, I just watched that recently. Amazing. Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman just chew up every scene that they're in. I was just glued to the screen. Fantastic. And this is the last one, guys. So we'll wrap it up finally at almost 45 minutes. And it is the first Hammer title that I have. I've been wanting to get into Hammer as well. As you can see, like this is, right now is really my first dive into some of these labels or some of these companies from the past that put out all these movies that people love and that I have just never seen because I'm in my 20s. I'm 24, so a lot of this stuff came out way before I was even born. But I love it. I mean, that's the movies now are not really something that I'm interested in. I'm very much part of the new school, but my feet are firmly planted in with the old guard. So I'm with you guys as far as physical media and everything like that. Like this is where I'm at. But anyway, this is Horror of Dracula, Christopher Lee. And it's a Warner Archive title, which some of these can be kind of hard to find. I think that, as far as I know, Warner Archive is either on a sabbatical or they're kind of dwindling down. Because I know that a couple of years ago they were doing, the 4 for 44s and really putting out a lot of titles. But this one, I don't know when it was released, and I want to check on the inside and see if there's anything in here. There's not, and the disc is very similar to the cover, almost exactly the same. But I'm really excited to check this out because I've really been wanting to get into Hammer, and I almost just bought one of the Indicator box sets, but it's $70 to $80 for those Indicator box sets, especially if you're going to get them shipped from the UK, is a big, deep dive to just blind buy. So I was like, let me just grab one title, start there, and then we'll kind of, dip our toes other places. So quickly, this is Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. And let's see. It says they bring the horror of Dracula to vivid color, full color death in this retelling of Bram Stoker's spellbinding vampire tale. Dracula, Christopher Lee, a centuries-old Transylvanian nobleman damned to an eternal half-life, regularly finds new victims. He also finds Dr. Van Helsing, who is played by Peter Cushing, a scientist who becomes the Count's implacable foe in a deadly game of bat and mouse. So my mouth is so dry, starting to trip over my words. Horror of Dracula from Warner Archive. Really excited to check that out. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. This is kind of a bigger one. I'm not really going to do very long form videos like this all the time. I will do some live streams because this is pretty fun. Going live is kind of one of those things where you're just on your toes. Like there is no editing. There is no, hey guys, welcome to this is that, and this is what we're going to do. And you can kind of piece things together. It's just, you're just going. But Aaron Pym does a lot of live streams, and that's like his thing. And I listened to him with somebody, and he was talking about how it's just like the thrill of going live is what really got him into it. And now doing one, I get it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. With this channel, the whole purpose of it, like I said, is just so that I can talk movies with you guys. I just want to get connected more with the community, so we can share this love that we all have, because it's fantastic. Is it a little ridiculous sometimes? Yeah. Like I don't always feel great about how much money I drop on all these titles, but at the end of the day, the satisfaction that I get from all of these just outweighs it 10 times over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to do some more reviews of sets, reviews of movies, topic discussion videos, live streams. I'd like to live stream with some other people as well. So if any of you guys are interested in anything like that, just leave a comment down below, and I'd be, just thrilled to do that. So let's try to get as much of a shot here as we can of all of these. It's going to be extremely hard, though. Unless I want to drop everything, we're going to do this in 2 takes. So that is the first stack. It might have to be 3 stacks because keep your heart, 3 stacks. Half of you don't understand that at all. Some of you do, and to those of you, you're welcome. Second stack. And the third stack. There it is. All right. So I am going to go dive into one of these. Not sure which, but you know what the good thing is? I have so much to choose from. It's fantastic. You got to keep one in the chamber. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. And until then, keep collecting. Keep watching cool shit.